Good, good, good.
What's good, bro?
I'm good. You
Chilling, man.
get started.
Yeah, bro. I'm ready,
Okay,
dog.
cool.
I'm ready, man.
All right. Hey guys, my name is Anthony, and welcome to the news of Oceania Football. Today with me, I got such a special guest. Would you love to introduce yourself, please?
Yo, my name is JC Mack. I'm from the US Virgin Islands. I live in Napier, New Zealand. And yeah, I'm here in Australia right now online with my boy.
Good, good, good. My first one is that, how did you get into football? How did you get into it, into football?
Yo,
Soccer. Basically, soccer. Soccer. How you say it?
Bro, don't use that, man. That sounds so goofy with your accent, bro. No. So, I'm from a military family.
Okay.
Everyone and everybody is military people.
Okay.
And they wanted me to play basketball.
Okay.
And don't get confused. Everybody can get that jump shot.
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
Don't get confused.
I see the celebrations. I see it. I watch the videos. I see the celebrations.
Yeah, that's what the homage is. It's like, I shouldn't even be playing this sport.
Mm-hmm.
But, so my mom was like, yo, you ain't going to play basketball. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, you 5'8", you ain't playing basketball. Mm-hmm. And we only deal with excellence in this family. We don't play none of that weakness. Mm-hmm. So you better play something with the ball on the ground. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, well, what's on the ground? Mm-hmm. Football, hockey. I ain't playing hockey. So I started playing football, and it just turned out like, oh, maybe I'm a little bit fast. Maybe I can learn this. And that's how it started out. And I fell in love with the game and just started to just decide that's what it was going to be.
Okay. And just tell a bit about yourself. How did you how do you end up in New Zealand? Basically, that's the first point. Did you?
It's mad, bro. So I've been playing in Scandinavia, in Finland and Iceland for a long time, and I had a young guy that I used to watch in Columbus, Ohio. Right, his name was Diego Walsh. He's from Brazil.
Okay,
he was my mentor, my idol. This guy was an incredible player, and years later, he became one of my teammates, and he went and played for Wellington Phoenix.
Yeah,
and I asked him after I was in Iceland, I was deciding where I wanted to live because I was getting older. I was like, yo, I got the trophies in Europe now. I got my life sorted out. I want to go live somewhere that's a dope place to live.
Yeah.
And I asked Diego, I was like, yo, what about New Zealand? He was like, bruh, New Zealand is sweet, man. It's an incredible place to live. The football is not it's not their top game, obviously, as it shouldn't be. They rugby run the world. Mm. But it's a good culture. It's a good country to live in. It's a great place to settle your life up. And so he called Ricky Herbert, the coach that took New Zealand to the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he was like, I got a guy for you. Like the new Diego Walsh. I got him for you. And Ricky was like, bring him over. And so I said, all right, I'll move him to New Zealand. That's what's up.
Oh,
so
wow. So how did you feel? How did you feel with that move? How was it, a big step in your career, or a big life-changing decision?
Yeah, it was more of a big step in life more than my career. Because I moved to New Zealand, so I'm 33 now. Okay. I know it don't look like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you look young. No, you look young. I ain't gonna lie, you look young.
No, but I was 31 when I was trying to decide what I want to do with my life now. Because I played all over. Yeah. I won what I needed to win. I went to Europe, proved what I needed to prove. Yeah. Now it's all right, let's set it up and start helping other people, not just ourselves. And when I moved to New Zealand, I got to see a whole different style of football, a whole different style of the way they go about the game. Yeah. And I saw a massive opportunity to help players that want to do something with it, that really want to become a professional, really want to build their life with football. Mm-hmm. They're in an area where it's possible. So I was like, all right, this could be a good place to live. So I've never regretted it at all. I love New Zealand more than any country in the world I've ever lived in. It's amazing. Wow. COVID showed us all too. It was great.
Whoa. And how was the footballing style in New Zealand? Because I seen your video clips. You're a baller. I'll go and say that you're a baller. The way you just go past people, the way you just do your tricks and your skills, even you're strong as well. I seen them clips. You're absolutely a baller. And if you're 10 years younger, I think you'll do much more in your career because,
Oh,
and I think you're that one time player for US Virgin Island because you've never seen like a player like that before.
I appreciate it, man. Like it's really different style over here. It's a lot more physical.
Mm.
I didn't expect it to be like that.
Okay.
I don't think I've been kicked more in my life. Like it's different. They play rugby, bro. They play rugby. Like they don't mind all the little argy-bargy types of tackles. They don't mind that. And me, I'm not really like that. Like I'm one of these. I'm like a racehorse, not a workhorse.
Okay,
so much.
yeah.
Like I like to move the ball, be clean. I don't need to kick anybody.
Yeah.
But when you play like that in this part of the world, you can get injured very easily because you'll get kicked if you're trying to go soft or. It's different, but you do have some players out here like Tommy Semi.
Yes.
Jamma Boss.
Yeah.
You've got a couple guys out here that can play like that, and I started to hang out with them and see them and realize, okay, I need to evolve my style a little bit towards them, and that way I can have some longevity over here. But it's good. We got a couple players right now, young players coming up from the island. We got a dude named Carson Kendall, who's he's a college player. Yeah. He might end up being one of the future captains for us. Lionel Brown, our current goalkeeper, he played for Miami FC, big name player. Aaron Dennis used to play for New York Cosmos. He's just now stepped away. He got himself a Wolf of Wall Street job, so he's kind of chilling now.
Of course.
But there'll be some coming up. We even got a young kid named Jair White who's like 16 years old. Okay. We got some on the way. Julius, there's some coming up. It's just going to take a little while. That's all.
And what's the difference between like you played in Europe already, like in Iceland, all level, other countries as well? Is it, of course, it's different to New Zealand. In Europe, it's much a higher level. So how did you find that in Europe, basically?
The one thing I love about Europe is it's a chess game.
Okay.
There's a lot more chess being played. The ball is moving so much faster. The players around you are so much more crisp on the ball that you can fire the ball into them and you don't have to worry about stuff. Okay. The technical ability is a little bit higher. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed playing in Europe a lot. It suits my style a little bit more. Yeah. Whereas in New Zealand or in Oceania in general, even here in Sydney, it's a lot of serious physical work. Yeah. And there is one place in New Zealand though called Ole Academy.
Yeah, I heard.
And it's in Wellington. One of my good friends is the president of the school. Okay. And they're trying to teach they are teaching European football to New Zealanders, and they're having unbelievable success sending them to Europe. Oh. But they're the only place where they play chess. Yeah, okay. And I find it a lot more. It's more pleasing to me to play in Europe. I only have to do one job. I don't have to go run everybody down. Yeah. You have someone that's been hired to back you up and tackle everybody. Yeah. Where in New Zealand, it's more like everybody has to be collectively nice at everything we do because we can't afford to have specialist players like that. Yeah. Like I ran into becoming a luxury player in New Zealand. Okay. I ran into that for the first time in my life. I've never been a luxury player. So it's interesting to see like, oh, JC's not going to go run down 100 people anymore. We need people to run everybody down. So it's a little bit different, but instead of taking that tact, I start to teach the younger players on little things, and I take pride in that more. So
okay, and how would you love to play like around the other country in the Oceania, like Papua New Guinea, Samoa? Would you love to experience that? And when you go back to New Zealand and play for a different team, would you love to play in the Champions League as well? So to get that experience.
This is the last check on my checklist that I never crossed off yet.
Champions League, okay.
Champions League. Oh. I got to play with the national team. I got to play in Europe. I got to do all of these things, blah, blah, blah. But I've never got close to the Champions League.
Okay.
And I've been looking, because I have a lot of Fijian friends.
Okay.
A lot of Fijian friends. So many, like Rhino, Evan Prasad, Boxer, all these type of guys that played in the Premier League of Fiji, played all that. And I would love that, because I don't play football for cash.
Yeah.
I play football to give joy to human beings.
Okay.
And so, like, in Fiji, when I watch their games and I see like how much joy it brings to their life, I want to give that. And I haven't had a chance to do it yet, and especially because of COVID, it's not been real possible. I do like the club in Tahiti. The champion of Tahiti, they play a lot of French style football.
Yeah,
I like that. I haven't talked to the Tommy Semi about Papua yet.
Okay.
I feel like I shouldn't go there without him. Like, I need to show up with Tommy and make sure like everything's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
But I would like to do it. I don't have the contacts for it, because I've only had contacts for New Zealand and Australia.
Okay.
But trust, if there's a Champions League time to play in the O League, you ain't gotta ask me twice.
Is that's for like every player? Like the Champions League is like the main thing. Like even despite it's just it's in the Oceania, it's a Champions League, and it's such a big competition for like players, like different kind of players. So is like, say you're winning it, is that the thing to cover your whole career, basically?
That would seal every last accomplishment I had on my list from where I come from.
Yeah.
Like, where I come from, it would put you in the 0.001% of people that play football.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to do that. I want to play Champions League. I want to have that and be like, no, I've been able to play with the best of the best in whatever region it is. So I would love to do it, because if you think about this, you win Champions League, you get to go play against Real Madrid. You win O League, you get to go play against Al Sadd. You get to go play against Al Ali. You know?
Damn.
It's not a drill. It's not a drill. Not many people in the world. Like, how many players are there in the world that could even get close? You would be 0.1 or something like that. So to experience that, I think it would complete. I would be able to retire and finish and say, no, I gave everything I could and got as far as I could from where I came from, and I'd be proud of it, I think. No, I know. I would be very proud of that.
Even when you say like you're retired, even you're only 33, you're still young. Because when I look at Roy Krishna, who played for Fiji, he's getting better when he's getting older. Like he's getting better and faster when he's older. Like he's getting older. So I'm thinking like, are you getting better while you're getting older? Because it's just,
I'm getting more decisive, a lot more clinical. A lot of my focus when I was younger was just trying to look cool.
Yeah. Like
I wanted to do all the tricks. I wanted to do all the, and now I'm like, I want 15 assists.
Okay.
Like I would do stuff like that. And how good is your service?
Yeah.
How good are you? Like all of those things became more important. And as I've gotten older, I've started to see, as long as you can hold your body up, it's hard to catch someone with 10, 12,000 hours of work in their game. Like it's, as long as the body holds up, it's going to be hard to catch somebody like that. Like you see Cristiano, this guy's 36.
Yeah. He's
always been sweet.
Yeah.
But now, if he stays healthy, you can't touch him. Roy Krishna, you're never going to catch that guy.
Yeah, I know.
If his body's right. So there's a dude that plays for Solomon Islands, Henry.
Yeah. I know.
Henry, I think, is 37 years old, and he's running past young kids like it's nothing. His technique is way better. So I'm seeing a lot of that, and I'm hoping I can hold that. I'd really like to play as long as I can.
And this is the question. Do you see this now in football, like around the world in football, that now clubs are dependent on the veterans? That's how we call it, the veterans, to help them out. Because before they didn't rely on the veteran. They thought, they're too old. We have to look to the future. But now all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're getting like veteran, like Ronaldo's going back to Man United, Krishna as well, all different other players, but who's older. So is that how?
I think in this part of the world, it's very valuable. It's very valuable to have veteran players. In 2013, same guy, Diego Walsh, he went to Thailand before, and I told him, like, I want to get paid. I want to go to Asia. I want to go to Thailand. I want to do something. So he makes a phone call and says, hey, you need to be in Bangkok on the 6th of June, whatever day it is, and the agent's going to be there to take you to the hotel, and you're good. I was like, let's go. We got it. I get there, and I look around. I'm 24 years old, and the youngest born player next to me is 29. And they're looking at me like, why are you here? What do you mean? You need to go to Europe and then come here. This is veteran area.
Yeah.
Like, this is master craftsman area. This isn't time for young kids to come through.
Okay.
And that was the first time I saw, when you go to a place where there's limited foreign spaces, you need veteran ballers.
Yeah.
And I remembered that, and I kept that. And I looked into New Zealand and Asia and things like that. And I realized, okay, I'll go there to a place where the market values veteran players.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm starting to see a lot of that come through in this part of the world, in New Zealand, Australia. I'll start to see a lot more of that now.
Okay. That's good. And for example, what do you want to improve on your game, basically?
Number one is I want to score more goals.
Okay.
I'm an assist merchant.
Okay.
I'm an assist merchant. I can set up everything. I move the ball, but I would like to be able to, as a veteran player, people need you to score more goals.
Yeah.
So I want to be able. So what I've been doing now is I hired a one-on-one coach, finishing coach, one of the ex-captains of New Zealand, who was training me in Napier, just finishing.
Oh, wow.
That's it, all day. So that's the next thing I want to do. Take care of my fitness. I was getting kicked a lot. Like, I just recently started to get swole, get strong.
Yeah.
Try to deal with all these island boys, deal with all these Aussie players. So, no, that's the move. I want to start scoring more goals to add to the assist and not just be a distributor, but an absolute killer.
And not to say too much, but how is the financial rewards there in New Zealand?
At the moment, it's not very good. The setup, the way that it's done, is they're setting it up more as an amateur practice than as a point to develop players to move them. So, for example, there is a salary cap. Yeah. If you're not on staff. If you're not on staff, you have to be salary capped.
Okay.
So it would be $1,000 a month would be the salary cap.
Okay.
Which is not good. At my club Rovers, I'm on staff as part of my visa, so I'm okay. But a lot of the other players, like if we wanted to attract someone from Europe, for example, that wasn't at my age or at what I was trying to do, they would never come to New Zealand. And if you don't bring those experienced foreign players, the younger players that are playing, they'll be playing a lot more games, but they're not going to be playing with players to raise their game because they won't be attracted by anything else. So what I'm hoping to see more of is less salary capping and more of a free open market to get who you want.
Okay.
As much as it hurts my soul to say, I'm a proper democratic socialist. I believe everybody needs to get paid. But the way that they've got it set up right now is to try to make it more fair in between the teams.
Yeah.
But Auckland City's always going to win. Miramar, Team Wellington, they're always going to win. You're never going to stop them from getting around how it's done. What you can do is you can open the market up and you can say, hey, as long as the club is financially stable, you should be able to bring in who you want at whatever price is agreed. Okay. Because you're not at the space of Manchester City, where you're going to have financial problems like that level. They should have an open market, allow people to move however they want to move, because they've already limited the number of foreign spaces anyway. So hopefully we can see more of that. That would be great. But right now I'm just going to take the win of promotion relegation. We're going to take one win at a time. So we'll take that one first and be happy that that's the way that they decide to go.
Okay, and you say that you're in lockdown of Sydney right now.
Oh.
So.
Oh, don't even remind me.
Hey, okay. Let me ask that one question later. Let's say. So first thing, how did you deal with COVID last year? How did you deal with it?
In New Zealand?
Yeah, basically.
Phenomenal. No, I was chilling. They ended the league, which wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But we didn't really have COVID like that.
Okay,
so it was we had, I think it was 10 weeks, 12 weeks max of lockdown, 2020, and then we were back. Like I moved to Napier, and we didn't have a single case of COVID for like over 3 months.
Okay,
it was phenomenal. I loved it. The hard part of it now is there isn't. I shouldn't say it like that, but because the vaccinations were not put up first right after we got rid of COVID, it's now starting to have an issue and an impact on the football and impact on everybody's jobs and life. So it's unfortunate, but the reality is, I think it's New Zealand, Singapore, Taiwan, Australia were the best in the world. Like maybe Faroe Islands. Like I don't know if you could ask for a better place to be during a world pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, like personally for yourself, like how did you cope? Like personally, like basically just be locked up in for yourself personally.
The way so my favorite book is The Count of Monte Cristo, right?
Yeah.
It's an incredible book. I've read it over and over. I read it like it's the Bible or the Quran.
Okay.
But it's I started to use it as a symbol. So instead of being in lockdown and just being locked up, Edmond Dantes in the book, he's in this prison and he's getting educated. He's learning how to read. He's learning how to sword fight. He's learning all of these other things. And I said, okay, if that's the case, what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to use our left foot even better. We're going to learn how to shoot even better. So we're going to go in the garage and we're just going to practice with a tennis ball against the wall.
Yeah.
All day. We have nothing else to do. All day. We're just going to do that. We'll do fitness. We'll do lifting. We'll do running. We'll do all that. And when we came out of lockdown, and I signed with Napier City, I came out like a monster. And I was like, I didn't even recognize myself. I was like, whoa, okay, all right. I like this. And that's the only way I could have seen to get out of it nicely. Because I know a lot of players had a lot of mental health hurdles, a lot of challenges with their fitness because they didn't have anywhere to go. But I used it as a real focal point to say, okay, I'm not going to be the victim of this situation. I'm going to have a victor's mentality and handle this and come out better. Yeah. And that may be an American thing. I don't know. It's one of the last American things I got left in me. But that might be one of them.
And what is the best moment in your career so far, like on clubs? Me personally, like I seen a video that I say in Europe, and I think one of the Iceland teams, because I just see you and I just see players dropping on the floor, rethinking about life. You're just leaving them, bodying them. You're doing step over. You're chipping over their head, doing the same thing back again. Like I swear, no, but I swear one of the players got injured and say like, yeah, I'm off. Like you're breezing past them, like I'm thinking like, yo, is this a player from US Virgin Islands? Like, hang on, wait, my man breezing past players and he's doing this to players, and I'm seeing them, they're injured. Like I'm done. Like, and you're not making people like that. Yeah, that's rude. That is very rude. That is rude. That is
It's a
rude.
rude boy thing. Not that that I think the best times of consistency was with that team, with Selfoss.
Okay.
And I came to Iceland, and I came on trial with the team in the Premier League of Iceland, and they decided that they wanted to take a Brazilian player.
Okay.
Now, in Iceland, you're only allowed 3 non-European places.
Okay.
So now, I have to compete with the Argentinians, the Brazilians, all these type of players, and you're not from Brazil. You don't have that Brazil stamp.
Yeah.
So it's a very different thing. And so they sent me to a team in the second league.
Yeah.
Called Selfoss. It is like this provincial team that's beautiful club. Unbelievably beautiful. I'm so grateful to Selfoss. It's the most beautiful club. The coach was great. The environment's great. But on the inside, I was trying to play Champions League. I was trying to play for FH or Valor. I was trying to play Champions League.
Yeah.
So I saw it as like, these men they must be playing with me. They think I'm playing. And so I went down there and I was like, I'm going to put on a show that y'all never seen in y'all life. Like I was thinking I would get up every day in the winter, and if the pitch wasn't shoveled, I would take a shovel out, shovel the pitch off, train by myself, film what I'm training.
Yeah.
And then in the game in the weekend, I would play the game, and I would make sure everybody saw, this is what I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And it changed me into a really different player that I didn't know I could be. But that was probably the best long period of my career that I loved a lot. And eventually, it turned into an Icelandic FA Cup with Vikingur before I came to New Zealand. Like, it's incredible the way that if you do the things on Monday, the same way you do them on Tuesday, Wednesday, a year later, it'll show up for you. It'll show up for you. So I think that time was the best time. And I had so much freedom. They let me do whatever I wanted to do because they know that I would play the defense. I would do everything. So they would never pressure me to be something I wasn't. And I couldn't be more thankful to the whole club, Guni, Borgthors, all these guys.
And I just think it's just crazy how like someone from a very small island like I didn't know about till I looked on like the New Zealand team. I just look at every Wikipedia page of the New Zealand team, and that's how I saw you. Then I just looked at your one, and I just looked at all the clubs you played at, and I'm thinking like it's crazy. He's playing all these European teams, like, and then you think like he's coming down to the Oceania, like into New Zealand, and it's just crazy how that journey ended up there. Because, and then I see the video clips, and he's like, "Right, you're actually that." A baller and talented, like, and it's just all the clubs you played at, and it's just a pity like you didn't play in the Champions League like in Europe, because I think you made even more history, like being the first US Virgin Island to play in the Champions League, and I think that will even more stamp on your career as well. Like, it's just crazy.
I would love it. I came up probably the most difficult possible way you could do it. And by doing it that way, I think it's like I didn't go to university in America to play, which is not the way it's done in the United States. So in the United States, you go to high school, you play with your club, then you go to university, and then by the age of 21, 22, then maybe you have a chance to play MLS, USL, whatever.
Yeah.
I came... when I was 13 years old, I spent so much time coming to England to y'all to try to get in because I wanted to play in England. I would come in the summer and play in the Manchester United tournaments. I would play all of those tournaments all the time, just trying to get in. And because you're American, you can't get a work permit to play there, of course, unless you're in the national team or whatever.
Yeah. And
I wasn't at that time. And I got to see what it is. I got to see what it looked like to play for Newcastle under 17s, under 19s. I got to see what it means to play and to go to the games. I said, oh, no. I want to be like that. I want to be one of those. And so when I came back to America, I told my parents, I told my family, I'm going to be a professional football player. I'm not going to go to university and play 3 months a year and then complain when I can't get into the Euro. And everybody looked at me crazy. They looked at me like I was talking rubbish. They looked like I was talking nonsense.
Yeah.
And I would bring the math to them, and I would say, how many players that finished university first in America play Champions League football?
True.
0%? 1%? How many Americans that actually went over there or went from high school into the game became something like that?
Yeah.
It's a lot higher. And so I decided when I left high school, I was going to try to do it for real. And I went to Chicago Fire. I went to Trinidad and tried. I went to Peru and tried.
Whoa.
And finally, I came to France, and France is where I got educated. I got educated in what football actually, how it's played. And right after that, I knew, if I decide to do it, it's going to be done like this. Pick up the knowledge from wherever you can get the knowledge, amass it yourself, and then sell it on the marketplace in the form of nutmegs and all these other things you can do on, all stuff like that.
No, but it's just crazy. Like, obviously you got USA and the structure they have in America is ridiculous. Like, you see all now the players in Europe, like Pulisic, McKennie, all these ones. Then you got US Virgin Islands. And what is the difference between basically these two countries, basically?
So the islands is a territory of the United States, the same way the Cook Islands is of New Zealand.
Yeah.
And what happens a lot is people in the Virgin Islands, they want to find a way up because the socioeconomic mobility is not as fluid as it is in the States.
Yeah.
So a lot of our players, and a lot of people in general, they'll leave the island to come to the States. They'll find a job or they'll go to university to play football. And it's amazing. But you'll have people from all sorts of backgrounds. So our team is made up of, I can't even tell you, we've got white kids, we've got Hispanic kids, we've got black kids, we've got hood kids, we've got rich kids, we've got all of these types of styles. And a lot of them would leave the island.
Yeah.
They would move to America, they'd work, they'd go to school, and then we'd all come back together to the island and give what we have. But the difference is so big because you only have we have a league we have an amateur league, which it's at the moment, it's not at the level that we'd like it to be at.
Okay.
But in America, you could go play in the UPSL, the NPL, or the MPSL. You could play USL, college. So a lot of them leave and come there, and it's almost a necessity if you want to really do it like that. So one of the things I loved is our coach Marcelo Serrano before, and Giba Di Massimento. Giba's the current head coach. Okay. Unbelievable head coach. Like I want to say he got offered a job from Arsenal, like in their youth program. He's an unbelievable coach. Whoa. And he's from Brazil as well. Well, what they did when they took over is they went and did a search. They said, we're going to find everybody. We're going to find anyone and everybody. Like if you have citizenship, residency, if your parents really are about this, if you've lived here, if you're about that, as long as you really hold cultural significance, we're going to come find you. And so we went and found so many players and brought them home, and they came home, and you could just feel like the relief of being home and being like, oh, I miss being in St. Croix. I miss being here. I want to give what I have for my country. And over the last 5 years or so, you got to see all these players come together, and the national pride of it is, as much as we do take L's, don't get confused. We take L's. We're only 100,000 people. But we've made massive strides. And hopefully one day we'll have people wanting to come and be part of what we're doing. Yeah. And be part of our island, part of our country, part of our culture, and feel like, okay, this is a place that is full of joy and love and loves football.
Okay, and is there a club you play for or a country you went to that is not appeared on Wikipedia, like a place you went to that we don't know about, basically?
Oh, I went to Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
I went to Trinidad and Tobago when I was 19 years old to go. I wanted to play for W Connection, which at the time was like they were playing Champions League in CONCACAF. But I thought I was sweet. I thought I was like the man. Like, oh, I'm gonna be the dude. Like, I'm trying to play Chicago Fire. I'm not talking about W Connection.
Yeah.
I went to W Connection, and they offered me $500 a month, a house. They offered me all the food I want, and it was some of the best training of my life. Like, it was phenomenal. And I said, nah, I'm going to go back and play under 20s for Chicago.
What?
Ridiculous. Which is why I wish I had guidance at the time. I wish I had more guidance, more help. But it's something I learned. It's something I really, really learned, that if I had played for them, I might have been playing CONCACAF Champions League and playing for Saprissa or playing in somewhere crazy after that. You know, I went there. I went to Indonesia, 2018.
Okay.
And I went to play in the preseason tournament, the Kings Cup.
Okay.
Phenomenal. To feel the ground shake. If you've never felt the ground shake, people screaming for 90 minutes in the jungle in the night, you don't know football until you feel that. Like, I've never in my life walked in a stadium and just felt 80,000 people everywhere. The ground shaking in the middle of the jungle. Like, everything stopped in the jungle. You can't even speak to anybody. Oh. And I thought, this is what I come here for. This is what I'm about. And that was probably the best real memory I have of the heights of the heights. The coach, Simon McKinney, he became the head coach of Indonesia.
Okay.
He heard my accent when I was training in Thailand and called me the next day and said, hey, do you want to come to Indonesia and be with us? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And he brought me there. He put us all up, paid us all out for the tournament. Like, it was an amazing experience. And I couldn't be more grateful to him. And now he's the technical director of Bayangkara still. And he's one of the best mentors I've had at that top level when it comes to how to handle yourself under pressure and things like that.
And like, when you were young, did you have like agents and stuff like that? And do you still have an agent, or you're just working basically for yourself? Basically, do you do things for yourself?
Oh yeah, I had an agent from the age of 19.
Yeah,
I've always had an agent, and one of the main reasons was because I was looking for someone who understood things I didn't understand.
Yeah,
it was very important. But over my whole career, I think I've had 3 agents overall.
Okay.
You know, not that many for a lot of players in the United States.
Yeah.
But they've, to be fair, all of them have been very fair to me. All of them have been very good to me. I know a lot of players have stories that aren't the same like that.
Yeah.
But all the agents I've had have been phenomenal with me. And after our contracts, if I wanted to move a country, I would ask them if they have if they do work in that part of the world, and if they don't, we have an amicable, beautiful dinner and talk about everything, and then I go to the next region. When I moved to Oceania, I had my agent Claudio Marconi. Okay. He's from Italy, who I'd been with for the last few years. Okay. He sorted me out the deal in New Zealand.
Okay.
And the amount of money that they were dealing with just it's not worth it really for him. And so what I did is I said, okay, well, how about I give you some players in place of me to move them to Europe, and that way you can fill up your log space with players that can help them go where you need to go. Beautiful, wonderful. But in Oceania, everything's so small. In New Zealand, everyone knows everyone. So after one season, you don't really, at my age anyway, you don't really need an agent to sort it out.
Okay. So
you just tell them, hey, I want to come play here. Yeah. Here's what it costs. Yes or no. Whereas in Europe, there's so many other things going on that there's no way you could focus on that and playing. But no, at the moment, it's okay. It's not bad. I never had any problems with without having an agent over here. Usually I can just call the coaches because they'll have coffee with you. Like, they want to hang out because they're your neighbors. There's only 8 of us in the whole country.
Because
so,
like I do hear stories like in Oceania, like they can't afford the agents there. They have trouble with the agents and stuff like that, or they work basically they work for themselves. They just send emails to 100 clubs, and you probably only get like 2 replies. So that's why I'm saying, like, have you basically had an agent, or you have to work for yourself? You have to send emails and all that stuff.
The very first time that decided I wanted to be a professional, I sent 2,500 emails to every club I could find.
Okay.
In the world. I was on my computer for hours every day. And what was smart is I had my video from the last year or 2 years.
Yeah.
1918. So I had a product to give, be like, hey, this is what I want to do. W Connection was one of the clubs that emailed me back.
Ah.
In all the world. I messaged people in China. I messaged people in Slovakia, Slovenia, in Lithuania, in Iceland, in Finland. I messaged everybody, emailing everybody. And I got 3 responses back.
Okay.
3 out of 2,005, however many. I was on my computer for weeks. And I went there, and they gave me a deal, and I said no.
Oh.
Because that's not the dumbest thing you can do. So after all that work, I finally got there, and I didn't really take advantage of it. It worked out okay in the end. But for people that really are about it, it can be done. It can be done. But with agents, it makes it so much easier because they've already got the contact. They're already friends within the community. So it's not will you please maybe help me?
Yeah.
They'll be like, yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, I got this young kid from the DI, and he wants to come through and test you. Y'all know, okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll send it to you next week. Whereas if you message them at that age, they're like, this is the 700th message we got today. I can't even read all these messages.
Yeah.
But it makes it a massive difference to have an agent. But the agents know that too.
Wait, can you hear me? Can you hear me properly? The mic.
Oh, wait, hold up. You went on to my Bluetooth for a second.
Oh.
Nah, the agents know that too. So it's real difficult to go that way if you're in Oceania. But I would suggest if you want to go to a big market, you need to have someone to guide you with it. But if you're in a place if you're in Papua, if you're in New Zealand, if you're in even some places Australia, you don't really need it because as long as your game is right, your video's right, your Y Scout's right, your Instat's right, you don't really need a whole lot of help. So like, there's sometimes I went and knocked on the door.
Oh, whoa.
I would go knock on their door. I'd be like, hey, I had DVDs with me at that age.
Whoa.
Back in the day, I would bring DVDs with like a laminated CV and put it in a notebook. And I would go knock on the door. And I'd say, hey, my name is JC Mack. I want to play for your football club. They'd look at me crazy. They'd look at me wild. And I'd be like, yep, that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Put me in the pitch and we'll see how wild it is.
Yeah.
Like that's what it comes down to. And they'll say no. And it's just part of weeding out the weak. That's what that comes down to. How bad do you really want to do it?
Yeah.
And I find that a lot of places in the world where life is very easy, like people don't really want to really upset the apple cart when you got life all easy like that. So I want to try to inspire some of the kids in New Zealand to be like, hey, you could go do something, man. You could go be somebody.
And what country would you like to play in? I know New Zealand's your number one thing, but what else around the world do you love to play in? Like, what country you love, like that you haven't played in yet? Your dream.
If I had the choice, I would love to play in Fiji, man.
Fiji, really?
I would love to play in Fiji. I never thought I would see day, but my boys in Fiji, my Fijian boys, they have convinced me with so much love that they have, that I was like, I want to go be in that spot. I want to go drink the kava and chill with my homies and and enjoy the game. And as soon as the bright lights come on, it's boom, and all the love comes out. The game is fast, it's strong, it's emotional, it's passionate. And I thought, I haven't felt that since playing in Thailand, Indonesia. Like and it's a small spot like that. I would love to play there and bring joy to the town like that. I mean, other than that, I've been so many places that I think I'm good. I don't think I'd want to go play in Africa. I don't have I'm not strong enough for all that. I ain't trying to do shit like that. I ain't trying to go to Mali, bruh. I ain't trying to go to play like that.
But when I'm seeing players falling down, I see one clip, you're bodying the guy, fam, and you're saying, shoulder, come on, man. Come on.
This is all for me, protection for me, bro. This ain't for them, bro.
Oh my God. And the next one is that, this is one. So if a Fijian club came with an offer, will you just accept it like that?
I talked to my girl first. That'd be the first thing.
Okay.
number one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, actually. I'm trying to get my permanent residency done.
Okay.
So I'm safe forever, and that's the next like actual life stage to make sure I'm sorted like that.
Yeah.
But they do have the tournaments they play in that are like 6 weeks long.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
ain't gotta tell me twice for that.
Cool, like a big club in Fiji, like Bar FC, Savar FC, Lukata, like offer. One of these offers came in, and they pay big money for basically visa player. Big money, visa player. You had it on the table. Would you just accept it? Even for one season. Even for one season. For one season.
I would like to say yeah. The tough part is I'm trying to make my life in New Zealand.
Okay.
Like this is the first time in my whole life that I'm like, all right, we're gonna put my life before football.
Yeah.
Never has that happened ever.
Yeah.
And so that now it's like, okay, I want to get that black passport. I want to be home safe. I'm trying to get married probably next year out. I'm trying to be like, get my life all nice. What I'd like to do is make sure my body gets nice and fit and ready. And then I would love to do that once everything's settled. If I could play Champions League for a team in Fiji for the last season of my like competitive high career.
Champions League football.
I mean, Champions League is a Champions League. Dilly dee, dilly da. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the next one is that, what's happening now? Are you still in lockdown? Where are you at now? What are you trying to do now?
Yeah. Oh man. So I came to Sydney.
Yeah.
Halfway through the season in New Zealand.
Okay.
So like, I came over here and signed a deal with the team in Wollongong.
Okay.
And the money was just outrageous. Like the amount of money they have for the club that they are was outrageous. Like high. So I was like, well, I got to do what I got to do. I got moves to make. I got dreams. I got dreams to shit.
Is it? Let's not say too much. Was it double than you ever made? Basically,
in New Zealand?
No, in Australia, basically, what they offered you.
Oh, in Australia, it's triple what you make in New Zealand at minimum.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's out of control. So, for example, Tommy Semi is over here as well. He's in Melbourne right now. Gemma Boss is in Melbourne right now. They're making quadruple, maybe more.
Okay. Whoa.
Like than they would make in New Zealand. So, and the clubs here are not even in the A League. Like there's just the market's just so big. So what a lot of people would do is they play the summers in New Zealand and play the winters in Australia.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'll do that, and then I'll come home,
Yeah.
and I'll be done. I don't need to go to Australia or move anywhere no more. Well, COVID came.
Yeah.
They closed the bubble to go from Australia to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And I have been stuck here for months. I've been vaccinated. I wasn't able to play in the World Cup qualification.
Whoa.
Because of it. They wouldn't let me go to New Zealand. So I was meant to be vaccinated for COVID in January of 2021.
Yeah.
In the Virgin Islands, before anyone in New Zealand even had a vaccination. And New Zealand said, you can't, if you leave the bubble, you can't come back, you can't come home. Australia said, if you leave the bubble, you can't come back. So if you go play against Barbados or you go play against El Salvador, good luck. I hope you enjoy it over there a lot, because you're not coming back here for a year.
Because I was thinking, like, where's this guy in the lineup? Like, where is he? Like,
yeah, it was devastating. Like, we had the governor of the Virgin Islands calling the government here. We had the president of our federation calling the president of the federation of New Zealand. We had people doing. Well, there's only 100,000 of us, and everybody knows everybody. So it'd be like you calling your brother's friend, like, "Yo, can you hook it up?" So like we were doing it like that. Everybody said no. New Zealand football, they recommended that I be able to come home.
Yeah.
The immigration said no. Australia Football Federation, they helped me. They tried everything to try to help me do it. They said no. If Australia's not playing in the World Cup qualification here, no one else can. New Zealand, if you're not letting people in here, no one can. And that's the culmination of my entire life's work. To play a World Cup qualification game for my country, taken away. Even if you're vaccinated, I would be vaccinated for COVID immediately off the plane. And they said, no, we don't care about that. So it was, this year has been painful. We've been in lockdown. My girl is still at home right now in Napier. So it's not been a drill. Like, this has not been the most fun at all. But I know next year I'm going to play for Napier City Rovers. And they're going to see what monster life feels like after being put into the Chateau d'If prison, Monte Cristo style.
So how long you been in lockdown basically in Australia for?
We just came out of lockdown, so they stopped the league in the first week of July.
Okay.
And we were in lockdown all the way up until the end of maybe the beginning of September, mid-September.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything. There's no football to be played. There's nothing to be done. So you just have to go work, or like I trade cryptocurrency. Like, that's all you can do is just hang out. So right now we're trying to get home with the MIQ system. It's crazy. It's crazy. So hopefully this week on Tuesday, we're doing it one more time, and I can get home for November, and then I will probably never come back to Australia.
Okay. And you're saying that next year you're going to come back to New Zealand and to play for Napier. So what is your plans, basically, when you come back, basically?
What's the plan?
Yes. When you come back to play for Napier.
So, Napier City Rovers is one of the most incredible clubs I have ever played for. It is a sleeping giant of a club that back in the day used to run New Zealand. Okay. And even recently, they won the FA Cup not 2 years ago. Like, it's been a club that's been ready to ball on everybody. And the coach, Bill Robertson, wonderful British coach. Yeah. Really good, wonderful player too. Really good dude, really fair. He sets up trainings very well. All these things are beautiful. The players are incredible. The captain of the team, the Liam Schofield, the left back, all these people in charge are phenomenal. All the players and all the people inside the club are family. I never felt welcomed at a club like that in my life. And it's in the most beautiful part of New Zealand ever, in one of the best stadiums ever. And the way I'm seeing it is, right now, they didn't qualify for the Premier League this year. But it's definitely something that needs to be sorted out. And I'm hoping and praying that I can help them get back into the Premier League.
Yeah.
And win an FA Cup. That's the idea. Within the next 3 years, I mean, if I could go out like that, I would not be upset about it. You know?
But
so I'm trying to set it up like that.
But in the past, has any like New Zealand clubs has come after you while you're playing in New Zealand?
Yeah, I've had a couple teams come, and they've been interested. Western suburbs in Wellington have been really interested. A couple teams in the South Island have been interested. Miramar Rangers, and Team Wellington were interested. They play more of my style of football than a lot of other clubs do, but Napier is really where my life is, and that's where everything's going to go down. So I would like to help win. So, for example, winning a league with Auckland City would not mean the same as winning a league with Napier City.
Okay, that's my next one. I said, like, had Auckland even a hint of a phone call to say, are you interested to play for us?
Not from them, not so much. Auckland City their foreign priorities are a lot higher than my profile is for them.
Yeah.
So, like, the type of player that they would want is someone coming from the top of the league in Uruguay, someone coming from the top of the league in Argentina, because they're more of a global brand. And my country is very small. My profile is not as large as the other people in those type of markets. So they would not so much Auckland City, but Miramar, Wellington, they know what's up. They know what to do.
Yeah, but like you're American, like what? Like you ain't gonna attract America to watch Auckland City. You're still an American citizen, like you're still gonna have that American people watching it. So
that's the other thing though, is America, they don't watch. The first time I ever saw Auckland City play was in the Club World Cup, forever ago.
Yeah.
And the only reason I saw them is because I was up at 2 a.m. watching them in Morocco.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, because of the time differences as well, we watch their basketball now. Like in New Zealand, we watch American basketball. We watch American football.
Yeah.
But they're not going to watch our time. And because the market, they don't know all the teams, it's not so much as it's not as marketable to them. Whereas in Uruguay and something in the southern hemisphere, they have a lot more. Even if the time is different, they have a lot more cohesiveness, which was why you have players from Zimbabwe, players from Argentina, players from southern hemisphere that want to come to New Zealand, South Africa especially. I would love to play for Auckland City, but I don't think that my profile and my age fit their goals at the moment, which is fine. I'd rather win an FA Cup with Napier City than win the Premier League with Auckland City.
I think
by a large margin.
I think you'd be way good enough, or way better to play with Auckland City. You sleep in that team easily. You go in that team. Yeah. That's the bit. I think you definitely go and crack that team. Add more attacking flair to it.
I would hope so. I think it would be easier to play with Auckland City than it would be to play with a lot of other clubs in the league for me personally, because it's more chess playing. It's more clean. It's a lot more 1 and 2 touch movement. It's not so much smash it and hit everybody around. But I think I would love to play for Auckland City, but I don't think I don't have what they're looking for right now. Is an apple and an orange situation.
Yeah.
Whereas if I come to Auckland City 3 years ago,
then it's a different story.
I don't know, bro. You'd be shooting a lot of J's in that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I see a lot of them celebrations. Yes. Yeah. No, but also there's an important question. Do you advise more American players to come to the Oceania, like New Zealand, basically? Do you advise that more?
I do. There were 2 players that were playing. They're playing around in Wellington, but they're playing in Puerto Rico now. Ben Watson is one of them.
Okay.
And real good player. He's playing. I think he's a captain of Puerto Rico FC or whatever. But yeah, he was playing at what's that club in the Central? It's next to Wellington. They have a whole bunch of money. Paul Eiffel's club.
Oh, I forgot the name now. I forgot.
You know what? Yeah. It's off the top of my head right now. But yeah, he was playing there, and he developed his game so much by playing there. Okay. And I think a lot of American players, or even North American players in general, like my boy Gavin Hoy, phenomenal baller, unbelievable baller. And he came from Canada to play, and he's developed his game so much that now Canadian clubs want him.
Oh, whoa.
And so there's another black player from Ahinga who played at Hawke's Bay as well, who plays for Calgary now, because he came to New Zealand, had time and space to develop his game, was able to go out and boom, you can move up.
Yeah.
I would like to see New Zealand as a similar marketplace as Iceland for American and North American players. Because I think that would be a scenario that you could get foreign players that, A, speak your language.
Yeah.
The culture barrier isn't far. The style of play wouldn't be that far. And the marketing of New Zealand would continue to blossom as you get those players coming from that part of the world to go back. So I'm hoping that I could see more of that. I don't think that would be so much for Auckland City, but more for the other players. The other clubs.
Yeah.
Because Auckland City, you would want an MLS player to come to Auckland City, and because of the salary caps, MLS players wouldn't come.
Yeah.
So it'd be difficult. But as far as like Napier City, Miramar, like Western suburbs, like a lot of these other niche places, if you could bring young American players over, like what I want to do is bring the VI kids over to put them in the system and let them grow. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's like 7 players from VI that play in New Zealand. Yeah, they sweet, right? Hey, they nice now, huh?
Yeah.
And I think that's how they would be able to set it up for players from our part of the world to do it. I hope that'd be the case. I really do.
And have you got a mix in another country? Because you look mixed with another country.
Oh, bruh. Hey, you know what I mean?
Like, are you like Brazilian, Puerto Rico? Like,
everybody be saying it. So, no, my dad is a massive black guy. Like, American football black dude.
Oh.
And my mom is a small, blonde, blue Canadian eye, like blonde-eyed, blonde eyes, blonde hair. Blue-eyed, blonde hair Canadian lady. Phenomenal. Like, crazy. And I just happened to come out, like, halfway, just mad quick, and that's it. But everybody thinks I'm from, like, Brazil, or they think I'm from, like, one of these places.
Oh, so wait.
Like, nah.
So your mom is white.
Jadon Sancho style.
So your mom is white and your dad is black?
Yeah. Like, I'm a mixed race dude. Like these men out here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing the letters. Like, hang on, are you mixed or something? Now I'm looking at it properly. I'm thinking like, hang on, wait.
Check out boys' braids, man.
Like,
I'm telling you right now, the waves. I'm gonna get that wave check here soon. Don't worry.
And the next one is that how's it like playing with other Oceania players? Like, example, Tommy Simi. Like, he's a monster. He's so strong. My God, he's so strong. And also, like, other players, you say Fijian players, Solomon Island, different. How is it playing with these players, like Oceania players?
They are different. These men are different. Like, you think the first time I came to training with Tommy Simi, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yo, we got this guy. He's from Papua.
Yeah.
He's so fast. Like, he's so strong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, be serious, dog. Like, I play European football. I'm fast as hell. Like, you know how fast I am, boy. Like, that's how I was thinking.
Yeah.
I get the ball against Tommy Simi. And I'm like, don't get confused. You young man, just sit down, son.
Yeah.
I do a little step over, shake him, push the ball down the line, and I think it's all cool, right? I'm like, night, goodbye, I'm out.
Yeah.
It ain't over. it ain't over.
I know he tracked back. I know he tracked back. He worked.
My men came around, and I'm looking up around. Like, I'm just looking around like, all right, who am I going to cross the ball to?
Yeah.
Where's the next pass? All pedestrian. Homeboy comes and gives me that big body. Like, he's like, don't get confused, son. And bodied me out the way. First day of training. And I was like, oh, this, I ain't never been in contact with someone from this part of the world like that.
Yeah.
So, no, I like playing with them. What's nice is the passion that they have.
Yeah.
It's clear. And their commitment to working hard is very clear.
Yeah.
I do like that about Oceania, people in general that come to New Zealand, because I'm an immigrant. Like, my girlfriend's an immigrant. Like, I grew up around immigrants. Like, most of my family, like, have been in America.
Yeah.
But I've been an immigrant most of my life. So you get to see, when you're an immigrant, your life is kill or be killed. And so when I see that out of Oceania players, I'm like, ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. This guy wants to eat. Like, he's not out here just to chill and kick it to hang out. My dude's out here to eat. And I see that out of Tommy. I see that out of Henry Farado. I see that out of Fiji. There's some of the Fiji kids that play in Auckland. I see it out of them. And I'm like, ooh, I like these ones. I like these ones. I'll tell you what, I love playing against them too, because they up your game. Yeah. Which is the whole point of immigrants, to up everybody's game. Yeah. So, I really like playing with them and against them. The joy they have, the singing that's on, the voice everybody has in the locker room, the vibe is nice. Like, nah, that's what they talk about. You island boy, that's what they are too. Hey.
And the last one is that, what is your goals? What is your next step? Your ambitions? You're young. Don't get it twisted. You're still young. Don't get it twisted. You're still young.
Nah, it's I like to think so. I've over the last 2 years or so, I've been having like little muscle injuries, like little warnings, like, hey, you an '88 Ferrari, not a 2008 Ferrari. You know what I mean? So I've had a little bit of those here and there, but I'm not too concerned about it for the next year or so. Yeah. The next goal is I'm going to be doing the coaching licenses.
Okay, that's good.
They got canceled here because of COVID when I was trying to do them here, but I would like to turn Napier City Rovers into Paris Saint-Germain. Okay. I would like to see this club become what it's meant to be. And that's the first immediate goal. And like the first way I do that is by doing it through playing. Okay. Yeah. And then starting with the youth programs, starting with the integration within the cities, doing things like that to make this club what it's meant to be. Yeah. And by doing that with one club, eventually I can do that with a national team. Yeah. Which just so happens I happen to be the leader. So I want to do one step at a time, and at the moment it's just playing. The immediate goal, the immediate necessity is to get Napier City Rovers into the Premier League. Like, they need to get exposure correctly. We need to get back where we need to be. Yeah. So that's the first thing. Second thing is youth clubs. Third thing is getting integration within the city. Fourth thing is, all right, now let's start eclipsing everybody. So it might be 4 or 5 years. I mean, hopefully I can be a Cristiano and be out here when I'm 40 doing all kinds of bicicletas and that, but we'll see.
Nah, you will. And I would love to see you as a coach. I love to see like you like bring also Virgin Island players also to New Zealand, like really expand it, like really expose it more. Cause
I think we can. COVID's the only thing that's stopping it. I've got 3-4 players ready to come through. It's just COVID that's not allowing us to come through. So trust, that's on the way, bruh. That's on the way, my G. Don't get confused. These mans are gonna come through, bruh.
No, this is actually a good interview. I ain't gonna lie. This is the most relaxing interview. I ain't gonna lie, yeah.
Bro, you talking to the man that has the most chill environment of all time, bro. I ain't gonna put no suit on unless you need it.
No, but like, have you done a lot of interviews like in the past, like, basically?
Bro, nothing. I'm telling you right now, I'm so excited that when you call me, just like, yeah, man, it's gonna be just real chill. Because I have to, when I go to interviews like for the national team or in Europe, I gotta be like, all right, I gotta put my glasses on.
Professional. Yeah,
I gotta sit here with like my body language has to be right, my intonation has to be right. Like, nah, bro, nah. Like now I can just be chill because I know like the people that want to hear what I have to say now, they ain't worried about suits, they ain't worried about like that. They just want to hear like the real, you know. Like I'm not playing for Manchester City. I don't need to show up looking like that. Like, just be you know. That's it. And I feel like that's what your podcast is about. That's what your interviews are about. Is who are you? You know.
Is it true that you're very limited what you say when you reach the high level? So do they give you like a script or something to say, or it's just a process in your head? Like, okay, cool, I have to be flat and like that. You do gotta be real relaxed with what you're saying. Yeah. And the way that I talk, especially the way I talk, it takes a lot of like muting. Like you gotta be real calm. Like they don't really tell you what to say because it's pretty much depending on like the game. Like like if you didn't play well or the team didn't play well or if you won. Like so for example, the first game that we won for the Virgin Islands since I became part of the regime, as it were. Yeah. Is we beat we beat Anguilla. Yeah. In Anguilla, 3-0. The biggest win in the history of the country, right? Everybody wilding, freaking out. Anguilla's got like half as many people as we do. But it had been so long that we won that everybody was like losing their minds. And I have to go up in the interview afterwards and try to contain myself. Yeah. Bruh, when you see the pictures of me, man, I'm in here trying to like... I'm in here trying to be like, nah, don't smile too big. Like, be respectful. And it takes a lot of discipline. Yeah. But that's just for like real... You got to be respectful. Like, if you're representing your country like that, you got to be respectful, you know? Does the agent get onto you as well? Like, you have to be professional as well. Does the agent...
The agent?
Yeah.
Yeah. He do. Because the worst part is, like, because it reflects on him, too. Yeah. When he wants to get other people. So you got to be real chill with it. Like, you got to be real, like, yes, sir, yes, man. Yeah. Like, things like that. And then he more cares about how you dress, usually. Okay. Like, the agents care more about how you dress so much. So, like, if I'm in an interview to sign a deal, he don't want me wearing like this, like you would, like wearing the Nike stuff, signing deals. Like put on a suit or put on the jersey. Like it's important. Yeah. But other than that, it's not real bad. It's just making sure that you're articulate when you speak and making sure like certain socioeconomic groups don't view you as a thug when you're trying to speak right. You know? Yeah. And last one is that are you still talking to the Virgin Islands even you're in lockdown as well all the time? Bruh, if you seen our group chat, you'd be laughing right now. You'd be wilding right now, bruh. Oh God. You should have heard all the memes going on. I'm an island boy.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I've been seeing that everywhere.
Nah, it's been good. Right now we got the under 20s are playing.
Yeah, I saw it. I just watched it, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to big them up, try to keep them focused because they have to play against baller teams too. Like playing against like a Venezuela, playing against a Costa Rica, like it's so hard. So me and the head coach are obviously butter tight. Me and Jiba changed my life. Like that man, Giba Dimasiamento helped me change so many things about how I play, how I visualize the game, how I deal with stress. Like he's created a new version of player in me, and I couldn't be more grateful for him.
Yeah.
So we're always good. It just sucks that I can't go home until the borders are open for me to go play.
Yeah.
So probably not until next May for Nations League will be the next time I get to go home to play.
No, I need to see you play live. No, I need to see you play live. I need to see you play.
We'll get you the link.
Yeah, I need to see you play live, man. I know you put on the show. I seen it. I know you put on the show.
I be trying, man. I got one career. I ain't trying to go out there just play two-touch my whole life.
Yeah, no, I need to see you play live. I don't care club, country. I need to see you.
Now, you ain't far. You have a British passport, eh? BVI is right next door, bro.
Yeah, but you know, COVID. It just messed up the whole thing. You know, COVID.
I know it, man.
Oh my God.
Well, you could. That's the next thing too. I know if you want to come to, if we're playing Nations League next year, and you want to come through, I can for sure get you press passes for like the Cayman, British Virgin Islands, like all the British colonies. I can, at very minimum, I can get you a press pass to come through and like do video, hang out, and kick it with us for sure.
Wow, no.
I know it's expensive. I know it's mad expensive to do that.
Yeah, that's.
But if you were gonna be there,
no,
that's literally like, yo, give me the pass. Thank you. Like, it's not a big deal.
Wow, no, that's love, fam. No, that's love.
Yeah, man. No, of course,
that's
bro.
Love, man. No.
Of course. That's the least I can do, man. It's the least I can do.
Oh.
I can't promise you that after the game that we're gonna be able to walk back to the hotels after we partying with the other team. I can't promise that you make it that far, but I can at least get you in the room.
That's fine.
Hang out with the man.
Nah, that's fine. I know, but nah. Bro, this is actually the best interview I had. I ain't gonna lie. This is probably the best.
I appreciate you, man.
And hopefully I do watch you, like, even if it's on TV, on YouTube, because I know they do live games on YouTube, on the New Zealand.
Yeah.
So hopefully I do watch you. And you do put on the show as well. And you don't make players cry, even breaking even bodying them.
Oh man,
no.
I definitely will send you the links though, for sure, man. For sure I will do it.
No, that's love, and hopefully Virgin Island do improve. You know, more exposure as well. That's important as well. You're doing your thing.
Yeah.
I see it. You're captain. You're leading this country as well.
I'll be doing my best, man. I'll be doing my best. It's a work in progress. It's gonna be 3, 4, or 5 more years, but it's gonna be crazy. I'll be glad to give the kids a base to start from. That's what I want to give.
And plus, I know you're going to be doing well in your coaching as well. I know you're going to be a big coach as well, with all that experience as well. So it's just all successful for you. And plus, also setting up life in New Zealand as well. Not going to be too hard as well.
Yeah, I'm going to do my best, man. I'm trying to... Right now, stage 1 is just get home to my girl, get home to my club, set up shop, get everything nice. Those are the priorities at the moment. So one step at a time.
Yeah.
And then soon enough, you come kick it with us in Anguilla. Try to get these men out your ear.
Definitely. No. You know what? I thought when I thought I'd just message you, I just want to see an interview. How did you do your thing in New Zealand? I was surprised you even responded. I thought,
I felt so bad, man, because I don't look into my requests.
Yeah.
Usually. And I was like, I saw it. I was like, nah, someone reaching out to me for real. No. So I felt bad. I didn't see like when you sent it to me. So as soon as I saw, I was like, oh, terrible. Nah, we gonna get the love, man. We gonna get the love. So I was glad you had time today.
No. But thank you for that. Like, even from your busy schedule, even your lockdown is.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro. Busy. Matt, on a Sunday. Only thing I got today is me and my girl out here watching Love Island. We're trying to watch this show, Foundation. That's all. That's the busy of the day, the business of the day today. So.
No, but thank you, bro. Much love. Thank you so much for this interview.
No, of course, bro. Of course.
No, it's just been.
Let me know. Hit me up whenever, man. Let me know. Send me all the stuff where you post. I want to see these other people's interviews too. I want to see what they're talking about.
No, but thank you for this interview. Honestly, thank you.
Of course, man. Of course,
Definitely.
always, bro. Feel free to hit me up whenever. As soon as I get some time when we get back, I'll holler at you with all the links for the games as well.
Definitely, I'll be watching. Trust me, I'll be watching, following your progress. Definitely.
No, I appreciate you, my man. Now keep me updated, bro. Please be safe out there in England. I know y'all be out here on the weekends and that, and I'll be wilding.
Yeah. Much love for this.
No, perfect, man. I appreciate that.
No, much love. Okay, be safe, yeah?
Yeah, I do my best, man. I stay away from these spiders and these goddamn snakes and kangaroos and shit.
Stay love, man. Okay, see you, okay?
All right, see you later, bro.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.